Okay, well, here we are. We are back at home base. Excuse me, what are you doing? Oh, get out of there. Come here, no yuckies. Alright, Mr. Drew is going to be the official, what do you call him? Supervisor. Alright, so the mission for today is we're going to be spending a couple of days or a couple of weekends at home. We have some family commitments and it's time to redo the van. So today's mission is to pull everything out and put it in my caravan, which is not really, it is not a moving caravan, it's now just used for storage. So basically there's a bit of a fume issue going on, and I'm wondering if when we pulled the seats out and the bolts never went back in, I'm not sure if that's contributing to it or not. So I'm going to pull everything out and the carpet up, see what we find. If we find any holes, tape them up, plug them up, whatever we can do to get rid of the holes. He's laying down in there. I don't know if you can see him or not. Once the van comes out, he's never far away. He doesn't like the idea of being left behind. So, anywho, yes. So that's today's mission. Obviously, I'm going to stop this recording right now because you don't need to be watching me do it all. But I will keep you posted as we go. Gutting the van, stage 1. Wish me luck. Alright, well, the van is empty except for, obviously, bugger-lugs. We have had a look, and to be honest with you, I can't find anywhere that the fumes would be coming in. I pulled the tailgate off and had that opened, trying to figure out why the latch keeps breaking, but it's beyond me, so I think it's time to call the mechanic and get him to sort it out before I break something. As I've had it dodged once or twice, and the little latch at the back under here is the issue. And apart from Toyota is $250 and will take about 6 weeks to get here. Don't mind my mess. So I don't know. I have thought about them just putting a pulley in the back there so you can just sort of pull it and release it, because there's absolutely no way of opening the tailgate from the inside of the vehicle, which I find really strange. You would think you should be able to, but anywho, alright, well, that part's done. I've left Drew's seat in as normal, because obviously we take this car and we go for walks. There you go, that's what you want, isn't it? That's why you wait. See, there you go. You're still in there. Up, up. No? Alright, well that's the end of that. Stay tuned. We will get there. Alrighty, well here we go. Stage 2 of, I don't know, the upgrade I suppose. Not sure if you can see, but the van is completely empty. Except for, as usual, my sidekick. And it is early on a Saturday morning, and we are headed all the way to the other side of Adelaide, to Wodinga, to my dad's house, and we are going to tackle the issue of the tailgate, the dreaded tailgate. Okay, so obviously a clear issue with these vehicles is the latch. They keep breaking. Now the mechanisms in the actual tailgate seem to be fine, from what I can tell. So instead of, I can get a new system, but it's like $250 from Toyota, and it has to come from Japan, which will take 6 weeks, and they're really not interested. And then you have to have it installed, and there's no guarantee that the latch is going to hold out. So my thoughts are, because I don't really like the fact that there's no way to get the hatch open from the inside of these vehicles, and I just think that's a little bit not cool. So I would prefer to be able to open it from the inside than the outside. So today, heading heading to Dad's. We are going to add some wire rope, like stuff, to the bottom mechanism that well, obviously pulls up the latch, opens the latch at the bottom, and then put a hole in the top of the door skin and put a handle on it. So that way basically you pull up the handle at the top of the door skin and then that releases the latch at the bottom of the tailgate. Fingers crossed, it's as easy as I'm hoping, because as you've seen, the whole camp is completely empty and there's not much chance that we're going to be staying up there. Obviously we can stay in the house, my dad doesn't have a problem with that. He even lets Drew stay in the house, which really is just blows my mind. Must be getting soft in his old age. But anywho, Drew doesn't settle well when staying in people's houses. That's why it's just easy. Everyone's like, oh, you can stay in my house, you can stay in my house, but they just don't realise that he doesn't settle. He's up and down all night, which means I'm up and down all night. It's just easier to sleep in the camper when we go places, because he will jump into bed and go to sleep, and that's the end of him. Unless someone feeds him the wrong type of food and then he just sleeps a wind. We have a nightmare of a night. So this is FYI, don't feed other people's dogs. So yeah, anyway, let's see how we go. Hopefully the problem is solved today. That would be awesome. Alright, well, I'll keep you posted. Everybody have a great weekend. Okay, well, here we go with another update. We have a glorious Sunday, Father's Day here in South Australia, and I saw my father yesterday at my nana's 90th birthday celebrations. Should put the windows up because we're getting a bit of air noise. And so I figured it must be safe. All the dads must be, well, hopefully would have been at lunches doing their thing. So I just left Bunnings. I have a minivan full of wood, and yeah, this is the next step to one step closer to building my bed frame. Yes, I spent yesterday afternoon after the 90th building a wall, feature wall for my bedroom. So I will probably post photos of that when it's finally finished. I'm waiting for things to bind together enough before I can put it on the wall, just to make sure everything stays up there when it does go up on the wall. But we have a fabulous sunny 25-degree day here for Father's Day. Absolutely beautiful day. We've had yesterday was a little bit overcast, but it was nice and warm, so definitely getting a taste for the whole summer's coming. Bring it on. Yeah, so as I said, this is the next step after the making of the temporary bed to see if it would work. I did a sketch, which I will not show you because, yeah, I'll just, anywho, makes sense to me. Hopefully I can get it to come out of my head and into the wood the same way I want it to work in real life. But if not, well, when all else fails, we'll just go and pick Dad's brain. So I'll also hang on a sec. We'll just pull in here. This will pull out. Don't want to get caught driving down the road playing with my phone. And so there we go. We have 3 different types of wood and lengths. Some are bed frames parts, and then there is slats. I haven't got the board that will go on top yet. I sort of spent a bit more money than I was actually hoping for, but it is what it is. And if you've got too much wood, you can always build something else. I'm always building something, so I'm sure I'll find use for it, but I'm pretty sure that should at least do the bed. And then I'm going for, I'm not sure what it's called. This is a big sheet of board. It's got heaps of holes in it. Men use it in their tool sheds a lot to hang shit on, so I figure that saves me putting holes, buy a solid piece of wood and putting holes on it, because my mattress is only foam. I need a flat base. I can't just sleep on the slats or else I'm going to feel them, and I don't want that. And obviously a proper mattress will not fit in the back of a minivan, so yeah, and it won't bend the way I want it to bend either for day mode. So as I said, this board will be good, because we need ventilation, or you end up with mould, because obviously we have a lot of cooler weather here. I can't exactly just chase the warmer weather at this stage of life, so I will, yeah, buy boards with holes in them so that everything can ventilate well. Alright, so I am just about home. Mr. Drew is not with me. We are allowed to take dogs to Bunnings, but I just don't, it's just a head fuck I'm not really interested in dealing with. Sorry about this horrible shadow on the phone. I don't really know what that's all about. But just that time of day, I guess. So yeah, anywho, next step is to make my vision come to life. Stay tuned. Have a great Sunday.